Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Offices Adda 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I am with you with the area of ABFM, that is Advanced Business and Financial Management. And today I'll be talking about the basics. That is, we're going to cover the first chapter from the point of view of MCQs. So now, from now on, I'll be meeting you in the morning itself. So kindly be there in the morning session. And if you like these particular session, then please don't forget to share it among the peers. Along with that, don't forget to like it. So let's begin with the class today. Okay, here comes the first question, everyone. The first question says that Slack Limited is planning to increase its sales by 20% in the next quarter. This particular organization is thinking that they wish to increase their sales in the next quarter. There, identify the feature of management being highlighted in the given given statement. Management is all pervasive, management is goal oriented, management is a continuous process, and it is all of the above. In this case, what can be the answer? The answer can be, since moving forward towards a specific objective, it is a goal oriented process. In this case, since we were talking about an objective, they have a particular goal of achieving 20% in the next quarter. So it's all clear that this is they want to grow further. So in this case, the correct answer would be B. Okay, moving on to the next point. Which of the following statements does not pertain to the middle level management? Acha, what's the difference between top level and middle level? The middle level is responsible for execution, while the top level is responsible for the basic working, for the strategy making. The basic work is done by operating, top level is for strategy, and middle level is for simplifying the strategies of the top level. So in this case, what does they do? What do they do? They are responsible for all the activities of the operational managers. They are responsible for the welfare and survival of the organization, the interpreter of the policies made by top level manager, or cooperate with other departments for smooth running and the organization, smooth running of the organization. What would be the correct answer? In this case, the correct answer would be they are responsible for the welfare and survival of the organization. So, in this case, the correct answer is they are responsible for welfare and survival. Ultimately, the point is when we look at the middle level, now middle level is just the linking pin. There's a very strong point that the middle level is the linking pin between the top and the bottom, operational level and the top strategic level. It is basically something which is the middle of both the things. So they connect the top level to the bottom level. So whenever the top level makes a strategy, that strategy has to be broken down and has to be explained to the bottom level. So that is done by the middle level itself. Okay, this is done by the middle level management. Next, motivation available only after the completion of the job is negative motivation, positive motivation, extrinsic motivation, intrinsic motivation. If you look at the motivation level available only after the completion of the job, which is available only after the completion of job, is extrinsic. Intrinsic is something that you feel from the very beginning. Intrinsic is something that is internal. Extrinsic is that you are waiting that I'll get something out of it. That is extrinsic. Negative is when you tell someone that you don't deserve it. When the particular person feels that I deserve it, how can you say I don't deserve it? That is a negative motivation. When you hit the right buttons of that particular person, that the particular person feels motivated because you are hitting them on the wrong note, and then they feel challenged. Positive motivation is when you show the faith in their work. You tell them that I trust you, I believe that what you are doing is absolutely good and you are working in a good manner. That is positive motivation. So in this case, once you complete the thing, only then you get that particular thing is extrinsic. For example, for example, if the organization says if you complete this particular task by the end of this year, then we will increase your salary by 20%. This is an extrinsic motivation. That means when the particular person will do that particular task, then he will get the money. ठीक है ना? authority is. What do you mean by authority, everyone? It is right to do something, ability to do something, derived from many sources, not visible from the organizational chart. One of the most important information about authority is that authority can be defined as something which is power to command. It arises out of the organization structure itself. The organization structure is that way, that there are certain people who are given the top level working and they are very very important to the organization, so that is they stand at the top. So in this case the correct answer would be right to do something. Ability is not related to the power now. So basically Germans gave the right to Hitler, that ultimately he became so anti-Nazi and he became a very brutal leader altogether. What is it? He had been given the right to do something. You can say that those kind of leaders are basically very influential, that they influenced people and blinded them with the faith, right? Okay, now comes the next question. We have talked about this. This is a part of Maslow's need hierarchy theory. I have covered the Maslow's need hierarchy theory in my previous classes, so kindly review it in the previous classes itself. I have covered the Maslow's need hierarchy theory, which talks about that every human has their needs which are defined in certain hierarchy. For example, first of all, I'll feel hungry. So every day I'll feel hungry more. Once my hunger is sufficed, what will happen next? Once my hunger is over, then comes the next point. Then I want safety needs. I want safety, security. Then I want friends. I want belongingness. Then I want self esteem. And ultimately, self actualization. I want to grow further. So I can say the psychological needs, self esteem. Acha, in this case, the correct answer would be which is missing from the hierarchy of needs. I would say wealth needs are a part of it, basically, because when we talk about safety, security, we want to grow further there. Safety is also there. Physiological is also there, because roti, kapda, makan, food, shelter, clothing, stated in the as the first and basic need. The last one is psychological needs. This is the point. Okay? In this case, the correct point is psychological needs. It is the process of influencing the behavior of people by making them strive voluntary towards the achievement of the organization goals. You are making people feel that they should strive towards the goal. See, nobody wants to work on their own. You will influence them. You will have to tell them that if you achieve the goal of the organization now, you will get an increment. If you achieve the organization goals, you will also grow on your own. So technically, through all these points, we are not going to say that the particular person will grow further only. The organization and the person both will grow further. That is the power in terms of the topic that we are talking about, right? So in this case, it is the process of influencing the behavior of people by making them strive towards the voluntary towards the goals. Acha, voluntary means they would themselves feel that it is required that we try to achieve the goals, right? So that is the difference here. It is supervision, motivation, communication, or leadership. But everybody wants to just grow, but they don't want to do the task. It is very difficult to do all the work on your own. So what do? You will always try that the other people do the work and I don't have to do it. So how will we actually make you do the work? That might be through the leadership, right? If you see your leader coming up early in the morning and he's making sure that everybody else is also working in a good way, that is something that helps them to grow further. So in this case, the correct answer would be leadership. It is leadership. If you have a good leader, the good leader will always inspire people. A bad leader will always ultimately push people to work while he'll chill around. One of the basic things that people do, right? So that is, there's a difference between delegation of work, that is sharing the work with the lower levels, and abdication. Abdication is basically when you put your work to them and tell them that this is now your work, not mine. comes S Limited was facing the problem of high labor turnover in the firm. So they saw that the labor is leaving a lot. On this advice of a professional, they had a word with the professional. They introduced special benefits for the employees. They decided to add incentives for them, which helps them to retain the talented people in the organization. This is how they were trying to retain the talented people. So identify the related point of importance of the motivation. Motivation helps to improve performance. Motivation helps to reduce the employee turnover. Motivation helps to reduce the absenteeism, or motivation helps to mold the attitudes of the employees. How does it help? In terms of motivation, I would say that motivation, since we are trying to reduce the labor turnover, that people are not leaving the organization. So I think in this case, it is going to be motivation helps to reduce employee turnover. When you motivate people that whatever they need we'll give them, है ना, whatever they need, that part is covered here, right? Okay, so that is what they specify in this area. When we clearly say that whatever you need, we'll make sure that you get those things. So that is something which they specify in this area, that ultimately you will do that whatever the organization is going to say. So you will tell them that if you do that particular task, then your salary will increase, then you will get more and more chances of growth. You will have to give them some kind of I would say to lure them, na, otherwise how will things happen? Right. Then comes the next point. Acha, the code that you can use here is JCAT, everyone. Somehow it is not updated. It is JCAT, and you will get 81% of discount. It is available for a very limited period, as JIB registrations have started. The CIB registration will also start soon. So it's way better that you keep on working hard, because your examination would be 1 month after JIB, but that doesn't mean that you have a lot of time. The syllabus has increased many fold, the number of modules have increased, and at the same time, with every module, a lot of chapters have been added. Right, a full-fledged ABFM subject has been added, which is very difficult to look forward to, because there are so many concepts they have added. So if you do not work beforehand, then you will face a lot of problems. So it's better that you work it accordingly. Dash is an act of choice wherein the person comes to a conclusion about what has to be done in a given situation. So what is something that after, if you put someone into a I would say crunch situation, there are certain things which he'll decide, this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm not going to do. You know, there is a decision that they make, isn't it? When they take decisions, that is called decision making. Here comes the next question. Referent power. Power of ability to grant or withhold the rewards to others. Power or ability to punish others or not carrying their orders. Then power to dominate others in terms of your specialized knowledge. Power of attracting people towards himself or herself. Referent power is, I can say, that is related to the you can find it in among the actors. What do? They attract a lot of people towards them. That is called referent power. Then these kind of leaders would attract people and then make them do the work for them. So basically they are attractive leaders where people want to follow them, right? Next question. So go ahead and look forward towards the next question as well. Let's look at the next question now. Here it is. All of the following principles are included in directing. Directing is basically instructing the people. It includes SMLC, supervision, motivation, then leadership and communication. It includes supervision, it includes motivation, it includes leadership, last is communication. ठीक है ना? So directing involves harmony of objectives. Yes, we look forward towards keeping the balance. Unity of command, one particular person telling the other person. That means one subordinate will have only one superior. Coordination among the people or follow-up. Follow-up is not something that I can say there. So coordination is stated there. Follow-up is also part of it. That is because of communication. Coordination is something that is basically essence. This is not a function or principle of management. It is basically essence of management. That is the point here. In this case, they are talking about the principles of directing, but principles of directing does not include coordination. Okay? Chaliye, that's it for the day, everyone. If you have been looking forward towards more of these classes, then please don't forget to join our classes. And if you haven't taken any of the courses for your examination, then what you can do is you can go on to our website, that is www.adda247.com, and there you can purchase the course. Let me take you to the organization itself, www.adda247.com. Go on to this area, click on the area of JIB and CAIIB. Click on the CAIIB 2023. The batches are here. Sankalp batch 3rd is also here. That means you can look forward towards our English medium batch, and you can purchase it at 81% discount. I hope now it is visible. Look at this, everyone. If you look forward towards the Maha packs, you will get a double validity. That means you will have to pay for one and you will get it for twice the time then. If it is for 6 months, you'll get it for 12. If it is for 12 months, you'll get it for 24 months, depending upon the course that you have taken up. So for this is the Sankalp batch, all the subjects there. But what about the electives? What about the division batches? What do we do here? You can take up the CAIIB Mahapack 2.0. So if you take up the Mahapack 2.0, it is available at 81% discount. Just use the code JCAT, right? And it is available at 12 plus 12. It is also available for double validity. If you buy it for 6 months, it is for 7367, and then you will, for an year, it is available to you at 7367. If you take up the 12 months portion, there it is available for 24 months, and if you apply the code, you will get it for 10,314 rupees. So another win-win situation. If you are looking forward to this particular batch, then kindly buy it in time, as this is the perfect time to look forward to it. So I'll be meeting you tomorrow. Till then, keep learning, everyone. Thank you so much and have a nice